Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Sunday, June 19th, 2022, 4:03 in the morning. I just got home, I don't know, probably about 20, 30 minutes ago-ish. And Priscilla kind of cleaned up her mess. I mean, it's still pretty sloppy and disgusting here, but it's it's a lot better than her nest has been. Apparently she's not using her iPhone because there it is. I don't see the vibrator. The vibrator's been out here a lot lately. I don't see it. No. Shirts on hangers here. The vibrator's got its own special charging cable. It goes from like a normal USB connector to like a 1/8" mono audio plug. But don't see the vibrator anywhere, so maybe she took that with her wherever she's at. Yeah, so it's as I said, it's 4:04 in the morning, and she's not here. Yeah, I'm a lot happier on the nights I work, because when I'm working, I can just worry about my palettes and whatever drama's going on at Amazon, and I can just focus on work. But on the nights when I'm not working, I have to be confronted with my own reality and life and stuff, and the fact that I'm living with a woman that just fully fucking disrespects me. So yeah, that's where she would be parked. There's an oversized truck there now, so one of my neighbors bought one of those compensator pickup trucks. It's got a camper shell. It's kind of neat. One of the stray cats here. I think that's the one I was calling Owl Kitty. I'm not sure. What's up, kitten? Hi. That is Owl Kitty. I don't know if you can see her. Oh, she gets scared. What's up, kitten? So yeah, Priscilla usually parks here, but she's not here. And I'm driving Owl Kitty crazy by walking out here. What? What are you doing, kitten? I'm lonely too. It happens. So yeah, I have no idea where the so-called girlfriend is at 4 in the morning, but she's not here, which doesn't really surprise me. So as I mentioned earlier, I went to the Wander Inn to sing karaoke because I really like Kimmy's karaoke and I like the bar. And after I was there for about an hour singing, and this is after me being home most of the day and Priscilla just not interested in, just in her usual don't touch me bullshit. At one point, like, just straight up, I was, there comes a point where, like, she's just not interested in touching me, and I'm a grown man with grown-ass needs, and I'm in the bed basically taking care of myself. And then she had the audacity to come in and ask if I would help her with some kind of thing for clearing the drain in the bathtub, which doesn't work very well. And I'm like, I'm just basically trying to ignore her. She walks in and that's what you're doing. I'm like, yeah, well, you didn't seem interested in, joining me or helping me with any of this. So yeah. She's like, I forget what she said. It was just like, well, yeah, not really interested in, like, if you're not interested in doing anything physical with me, I'm not so interested in helping you with, like, really anything. So yeah, have fun with that. Anyway, so I ended up going to sleep. I don't know if I've really detailed today. Today's been kind of weird. Woke up earlier. So, like, last night I did the whole wood. I was like full-on pallet guy, like doing the pallets with the forklift at Amazon, and got home at, God, I'm not even sure what time I got home in the morning. I want to say probably about 6:15-ish. And I was really surprised because, it's Saturday morning, and on most Friday nights, Priscilla disappears and she stays the night with somebody else. I really don't know who that is. And I might get home. Generally, I don't work. In fact, that's the first night I've worked in all night, like all night. I did have one time I worked a 2.5 shift, but because I've worked all night at Amazon. But I mean, usually I'll go to a bar, sing karaoke, whatever, and I get home at about between 2:30 3 a.m. and she's gone. Whatever. I don't know where she goes. I don't know who she's sleeping with. It's not me. But she'll be. I'm just used to her not being here when I get home, And it's normally much earlier than that. It's normally, like I said, right now it's 4:08 a.m. It's usually closer to like 3 a.m. when I get home on Friday night. But so I got home at 6:30 a.m. And she's usually not home by 6:30 a.m. either. I mean, usually she shows up noon-ish, mid-afternoon-ish. So I was really surprised. Like I came in the apartment at about 6:15 a.m. and she was on the couch doing whatever she was doing, and the couch that I started this video with. And I'm like, wow, you're here. She's like, well, yeah, why are you surprised? I'm like, because usually you're not. And she tried to pretend like that doesn't happen, as if that doesn't happen all the fucking time. Hello, I've been pretty good at documenting on this vlog. But yeah, she's and I don't know, I forget exactly where I was, but I kind of tried to show her. It's like, well, I'm here. Are you interested in do you want some of this? Like, allegedly, I'm still your boyfriend. Do you want some of this? Yeah, that went nowhere. And then she's, and generally what I get, like at one point she came in the bedroom and she's like trying to snuggle up next to me, but and I'm kind of feeling in her butt, and she's like, well, I don't know why you're trying to get yourself excited because nothing's going to happen. I'm like, well, like, can we do something? Can we do anything? Oh, I don't feel, I'm sick. I feel pain. I can't do this, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, like, I'm wanting to figure out, like, what it is that she's got that makes her incapable of having any kind of physical intimacy with me, but yet she's still healthy enough to go to the bar at night. She's still healthy enough to stay out all night until, it's after 4 a.m. She's out wherever she's out. She's still healthy enough for that. Anyway, for me, the real thing, and I'm a non-smoker. I've never smoked cigarettes, ever. I find smoking to be absolutely disgusting. Like, it's so hard to quit smoking cigarettes. Well, whatever made you want to start smoking cigarettes? There's no redeeming value to smoking cigarettes. It's just gross from the get-go. Like, what made you think that was something you should do? That you would have to quit it? Like, why did you start? What was the appeal to starting? I don't get that. Anyway, she, and I knew she was a smoker when I met her. That's fine. But I mean, when we first started kind of dating, I told her, it's like, I'm not really, I find smoking disgusting. And she's like, oh, I'm going to quit. Yeah, that was 11 years ago. She hasn't quit yet. So and actually what got her out of the bedroom had nothing to do with smoking, nothing to do with even me feeling on her ass. It was like, she asked me about page protectors. Of all the random shit, like, she asked me about page protectors. And, like, right now, I don't have, like, my karaoke book isn't even a karaoke book. It is a very small loose leaf binder with one page protector in it and 2 pages. And the gist of that page is, hey, why are you looking up songs? If you know what you want to sing, just write it down. I have pretty much everything. If you want to see a list, here's my website. I got rid of physical listing type karaoke books, I don't know, 6-7 years ago. It's been a long time. It's to the point where my selection of karaoke is enormous. It's abso-freaking-lutely enormous. It's simply too much to print, which is like what the cover of the book says and what the page says. And for a long time, it's just been, hey, do you know what you want to sing? Just write it down. Artist title and your name. Any song. You got to be doing some, like, deep... You want to sing some crazy deep tracks to some crazy unknown artists for you to sing something I don't have for karaoke. And even if I don't have it, I can probably find it. Now, granted, there was this older black woman that kept writing down stuff on Thursday night that I had no idea what the fuck she was asking for. And maybe I should have kept her slips, because, like, and she's come in before, and she writes down these artists. I don't know what the fuck they are. I really don't know what the hell they are. Like, I do try to find them. I really do try to find them. And I Googled one of the artists, and apparently this guy's had no solo career, but like in the late 50s, early 60s, he was the lead singer for some doo-wop band. But she didn't ask for anything from that particular doo-wop band. She asked for a song from him as a solo artist. And I'm thinking, well, maybe she's just identifying that band as him. You know, which makes sense. I mean, a lot of people will say Stevie Nicks when they're really referring to Fleetwood Mac. In the case of a song where it's like Stevie Nicks carrying the song, like, for instance, Landslide or Gypsy. Like, I've had people write, like, if somebody writes down at a karaoke show that they want to sing Stevie Nicks Gypsy, yeah, I get it. It's Fleetwood Mac Gypsy. And I'm not even bothered by that. Like, I know what that is. And, yeah, I mean, it's a song that was done with Fleetwood Mac, but that's a Stevie Nicks song. I'm with that. I mean, same sort of thing when somebody writes down Lauryn Hill, Killing Me Softly. Like, yeah, I know that's the Fugees. Oh, wow, look at this. We got the pole here where the streetlight is, but the pole is cut off. There's no streetlight here. It's covered with electrical tape. That's weird. Yeah, so anyway, she'll, sorry, what was I thinking? So people do that. They'll, sometimes I get, Lauryn Hill, Killing Me Softly. Yeah, I know they want to sing the Fugees. I get it. And again, like, that's a cover song. Like, that's originally a Roberta Flack song. But, like, I get it. It's like, okay, yeah, Lauryn Hill from the Fugees. She pretty much carried that song by herself. I mean, granted, the Fugees, I feel, was more I feel like that was more, oh my God, I'm forgetting the other guy's name. I'm so fired. I feel like that was more Wyclef Jean than it was her, but she's the pretty female. She's the one with the awesome voice. So, and when you mention, Wyclef Jean, people don't really know who that is, but you say Lauryn Hill. Most people know who Lauryn Hill was. So, no, I get that. But anyway, she wrote the name of some guy I've never freaking heard of. And then I look up and, like, okay, so he was the lead singer of some obscure doo-wop band, early 60s. And then I look at the title of the song she wrote down, and I'm looking like this particular obscure doo-wop band, man, they never had any real hit songs. They had a couple minor hits. And then the minor hits I'm looking at is not what she wrote down. I'm like, yeah, I can't find this. I didn't even really look any farther than that. I'm like, come on. Like, when I say write down any song in your name, like, let's be fucking reasonable. Let's be fucking reasonable. Come on. But anyway, generally speaking, any song in your name. Gotta forget where I was going with this. Oh, page pictures. All right, so Priscilla came in. A miserable day with Priscilla today. She came in. Phone's vibrating. Somebody's messaging me. Which is weird because not very many people have this number, but I did give it out to a few people today. Anyway, yeah, she, because it's Brittany's number. I got a weird message from Brittany's dad. It's like, hey, what's happening, honey? How are you? I'm great, Big Daddy. How are you? I should maybe text him and say Happy Father's Day. That would be awesome. Anyway, yeah. So at this point, like, she'd come in the room. I was kind of feeling on her butt, whatever. Hey, it's there. You bring your butt in my bed, I'm going to feel it up. Most of the time, her butt is naked on my couch when I get home. But if I try to feel on it, all I get from her is, don't touch me, don't touch me, don't touch me. You know what? Fucking cover your ass. Like, I come in and I see that on my couch. I'm assuming I should have access to that because it's on my fucking couch. If you don't want me touching that, you need to either cover it up or get the fuck out of my apartment. Anyway, so like, we were kind of getting along. I was sort of feeling up on her butt, and I didn't feel it was going anywhere, but whatever. And then she asked me about page protectors, something about wanting them for vinyl cutouts. And I'm not 100% sure what that's about. Like, she bought this thing that looks like a printer, but it takes sheets of vinyl and it cuts it out like a plotter. It's a computer thing, kind of computer accessory. She's like, well, I just want page protectors to store those things. I'm like, okay. She's like, well, could you give me some page protectors since you don't really use them anymore? I'm like, well, sure. I mean, I've got, 5 karaoke books each. I have one page protector each. Now, I have an incredibly large stock of page protectors, and I've got some of my books from when I last had karaoke books, which occasionally I bring them to the shows. Usually what I do is when I'm trying to sell my show, when I'm trying to convince a bar owner or a manager that they should hire for me for karaoke, I show them that book and I show them the date that's on it, because all my books had printed dates on them. I'm like, yeah, this was the last date I printed. The book's like 7 years ago, and this is what my selection was then. And that's pretty much when I realized it was pointless for me to keep printing it, that I needed to go with a web-based solution. Or just assume that, whatever you want, I got. Just fucking write it down. Anyway, so, so she, she just asked me about page protectors. She's like, well, I'd ask you for some page protectors. And to be fair, I do kind of remember asking me for page protectors. Didn't strike me as that important. She hasn't mentioned it in months, so kind of forgot about it. And also, like, page protectors aren't something I've been using for a long time, so I'm not even sure where they are. Like, I still have 3 storage units in Pack and Store. I have a storage unit where my apartment is, and then a whole bunch of stuff in my apartment. I don't know where the hell my page protectors are. Not something I regularly use. Not something I'm throwing away. I have, for years, been thinking that it would be kind of cool to print a full karaoke book of what I have now, just to have a physical book for those who can't figure out how to use a smartphone or don't have a smartphone, or just to show somebody, yeah, this is how voluminous my book actually is. And I wouldn't do it by title, I'd just do it by artist. At this point, printing an artist title book is so much paper. And I would probably have to put it in 2 insanely large binders, because my karaoke selection is massive. Add new songs to it every day. Now, at this point, I'm adding probably about 30 songs a month, which is really small. I used to add about 100, 150 songs a month. But right now, I don't have much time to spend on it. I generally work on it on Thursday nights after my show, Friday during the day. Didn't get to do any Friday during the day because I worked at Amazon yesterday. But I did add some songs, by the way. I added some, of all the random artists I could have added, I added Lorde, which is not what I was going to work on. But I'm having kind of a software issue with my computer, my karaoke computer. So I use a YouTube downloader called All My Tube from Wondershare. Wondershare is the name of the software company, minor software company, but I used several different other YouTube downloaders, some free ones. The one from Wondershare I actually paid for, how much? I don't know, $30. Not much. And it's been great. And they provided me constant customer support for many, many years on it. And they keep giving me new updates. Like, they're not asking for more money, because God knows so much modern software these days is on like a subscription basis. They want money out of you every year. Like, I purchased this program for $30 probably 6-7 years ago, and I still get updates. I still get customer service. So yay, $30 well spent. Anyway, the program maintains sort of a cache. Is that even the word I want to say? It maintains a list. Like, you can scroll through it, and it has thumbnails of everything you've downloaded, and then it saves certain amounts of data in it, where you can scroll through the program and you can see like what resolution the video came down in, how large the video is, and you can right click at it, and it saves a hyperlink from where you downloaded it from. And I can click on it, and one of the things is, open in directory, it'll take me right to the file. So, I mean, obviously when the program starts having issues because there's too much in the cache, the obvious solution is just delete the cache, but I use the cache. I do scroll through that, sometimes to look for stuff, sometimes to see what's, what I've recently downloaded. I'm not looking to do that. But at this point, I'm at about 6,200 files in its cache, and somewhere over 6,000 files the cache starts to use up so much RAM that Windows 7 just starts having issues. And not so much Windows 7, but basically the program, the Wondershare All My 2 downloader, it'll start just locking up and freezing. And I need that. I need that to download stuff for people. I'm trying to get a song I don't have. I'm trying to get a karaoke version for somebody that I don't have. I'm only finding it on YouTube. Like that's the program I use to download it. So about 2. And this is a problem. I think I mentioned it on a vlog probably a year. 14 months ago. Anyway, that problem has reared its ugly head again. And it probably took me about 3 weeks of just really diligently working on clearing extra redundant shit out of my cache to nice headlights. Yo, headlights, it's dark! Hey, turn them on. Thank you. Amazes me how many people drive around in Phoenix with their headlights off at night. So yeah, I've been dealing with that, and that was kind of taking my focus away from my show on Thursday night, but I mean, it's just something I need to be working on, and since I don't have room to set the computer up at home, I kind of have to work on that during my show and after my show. Anyway, when I was in the directory, the main directory where downloads are going to from that program, and mostly I'm just going through that directory and I'm looking for artists where I've downloaded a bunch of karaoke versions of songs that are largely redundant to what I already have, and I don't just delete them. I keep them, and I separate them out as to whether I think they might be better than the version that I have, or whether they might be actually redundant. Like sometimes I can expect they're redundant to the version that I have. Like for instance, if I'm getting it from Karaoke on Vivo, their YouTube channel, basically Karaoke on Vivo is most of the content is operated by a company that calls themselves Karaoke Cloud, and Karaoke Cloud basically rose from the ashes of Chartbuster Karaoke. So if I have a version of a song already in my library that I ripped from a physical karaoke CDG disc, and it's Chartbuster Karaoke, and I have it, my thing is Chartbuster Karaoke, and I've obtained a new download from Karaoke Cloud, that is most likely identical, and I have a different place where I put those. I'm still not deleting them. It's a different file format. It's handy to have. Oh, look at this. It's now called... Oh, that's interesting. So you get one of these temporary signs. It amazes me Phoenix makes this legit in the sign code, because you see that's just a tarp typed, and you can see from how dirty it is. It's been here a while. It's a tarp stretched over the sign. It's Prados Apartments at Arcadia, 4815 East Thomas. This was the Tides at something, and you can still see it's still got that look that the Tides had with the wood slats. You sort of see where it said the Tides, remnants of it. They haven't, if they had a tarp on this side of the sign, they haven't. Anyway, whoever the corporation is that was buying up older apartment complexes and calling them the Tides at blah, 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 yeah, they've sold. It's still the same dumpy apartments that have been here since the 80s, so, whatever. And why am I walking this way? No good reason. I'm just frustrated. Priscilla's not at home, and I just felt like shooting a video, and I drive everywhere these days, but driving is expensive, gas is expensive. Sometimes I just miss walking. And it's just kind of a coincidence that I'm walking in the direction of Crystal's place. Complete coincidence. I'm not going there. I'm really not. Right. Actually, I don't have the code to her gate anymore. It was on Obama phone number 1, which I lost. So yeah, I can't get in her gate anyway. But I do miss Crystal. Like, that was a really great physical relationship, and I mean, she straight rode me like something out of a porno film, and the worst thing is I had around that time I had recently hurt my shoulder as a water spider at Amazon. So she'd be like kind of, I'd be lying on my back, she'd be on top of me, just kind of going to town on me, and she'd put her, that she was heavy. I mean, she probably weighed the same as me, but she was kind of thick, but just, she's just fit woman. She's 42. Anyway, she'd put her Yeah, she put her hands on that shoulder to try to balance herself while she was riding me. It was just like, I'm like, ouch, because it was sore. And that wound is long since healed. So like, if her and I were still kind of a thing now, like she could just absolutely have her way with me, and I'd be really happy about that. But well, she's in that building there. She lives in that building right there. I'm not sure which one of those windows is hers, but yeah, it's her place. And look, there's a shopping cart. Just love how homeless people just leave the shopping carts everywhere, and so do some people who are pedestrians that walk with their groceries. Oh, look at this! It's another Prados. Apparently, this is the new Phoenix corporate landlord. Now we have another Prados over here. Same kind of shit. Not a real sign, just a fucking tarp. I don't even understand how that's like legal with the sign code. But more Prados. Our apartments at Arcadia. Another building. This one's got a gate in it. As you see, the gate is really secure. It's not even closed. I'm really thankful I live where I live. At least I've got like a real person that is my landlord. And they're not hiking my rent astronomical amounts. But God, the woman on the couch, like, if you don't want any of this, you just really need to fucking go. God damn. Anyway, yeah. That's Arcadia 49th. I almost moved in here when I moved in the place I was at, but I talked to the manager and they're like, yeah, at the time I was getting housing assistance through Home Inc. and they're like, well, we meet the qualifications for your rental, because Home Inc. is only going to pay so much for rent. It's not much. God knows what that's like now. I don't even know how Home Inc. is dealing with rent prices going through the roof. Oh, look, there's a VIP taxi. That was my last hurrah of being a cab driver. I wonder if I recognize the cab number of that Prius. 893. No, I don't ring no bells. It's not the one I totaled, though. Anyway, yeah. Oh my God, look at that ginormous fucking cockroach. Holy shit.